We are live.
We are live. All right. All
Yes.
right. So, how warm is it down there?
Uh, 70, 71, 72, which is about 22 Celsius.
22 Celsius. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we're about 20, but it's supposed to cool right down this month. And
Uh-huh.
Herbert's supposed to get hammered with snow by the end of the month. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping we get snow. We haven't got snow good here in a long time. So
Okay.
it is what it is. All right.
I'm gonna.
You'll see.
I'm putting the link in his on Facebook for him too, because I told him I'd put it in the comments, but I wasn't clear as to where I would do that. So I
Okay.
just sent it to him on Facebook too.
All right.
All right. So we both have a Warka, you and me. I've
Yeah.
got Warka Classic.
And I got Warka Strong. And then the next 2 weeks we have the same beer, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do Czech Bar,
And
and then
then
we can. At that, we're gonna do Bitburger.
and then a pumpkin because it's right close to Halloween,
Right,
right?
then a pumpkin, yes.
Perfect. So we already have it all set up.
So how strong is you? What's your ABV on the Warka Strong?
6.3%.
6.3. I got 5.2.
And this is 500 ml bottle. It's perfect. It's nice. Premium quality. It's good till February 21st of 25. So maybe, what's that, 5 months from now? 4 months?
Yeah. I got a code on the bottom that I can't understand, so I
Huh.
don't know when it's good till.
Too bad. Too bad. Not all the beers can be found in one. You know what I mean? Like I looked everywhere for that. I could not find it.
Okay.
Now I know Nick's here. Nick has had this
There's
Warka Strong,
Jay.
right?
Hello, Jay.
How you doing, Jay?
Hello, guys.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
How warm is it down there? Is it warm?
Yeah, it's very warm.
Yeah, I bet.
About 90 degrees. I don't know how that translates to Celsius.
Whew.
90 is about 33 or 34.
Whew. Yeah, it's. I bet you it's 18 up here in southern Ontario.
And
I have some of this left.
what do you got there? Baltic Porter, Zywicki.
Ooh.
Is
Ooh.
that Zywick or Zywicki?
Zviach.
Zviach. I'm saying it totally wrong.
I never even see. I always have said it wrong.
No, it's not an easy one to say.
Zviach.
No. Yeah,
Well,
I bet you if I had it on Google Translate, it would tell me.
I have
I
Warka
got
Classic.
the Warka Strong.
Okay. I've had the strong, and this beer is coming in at 9.5.
Woo! Ooh, 9.5. Wow. And that's a porter?
Baltic Porter, yeah.
Baltic
Okay.
Porter. Did you just buy that, or did you have it in your fridge?
No.
Or?
It was sent to me by a guy in Virginia. We can't get any Polish beers in Louisiana.
Wow.
Okay.
No.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Are we
it's the
pouring
truth.
or what?
Yeah, let's pour them.
I already opened up mine, so.
Okay.
So you had Warka Strong before, but you can't get it.
No, I bought some of those on road trips
Mhm.
in New Jersey. In New Jersey, they sell a lot of Polish beers, but in Louisiana, no. Nope. Sorry.
Crazy.
This is actually
I
a
can use
fairly nice looking can.
That's a keeper for you. Oh, that looks good. Mine is a lot of upside down snowfall. Looking good in a Sleeman glass.
Yep. Yeah, it's got that little amber appearance. Mine's dark brown with some ruby highlights if the sun hits it the correct way. And Wayne's is yellow.
Yeah,
I like your glass.
it's a good looking beer.
Yeah. I wish I could get Warka Classic.
These Euro lagers, I like them. Probably more than American macros.
Oh yeah.
I think they're better.
I
Doesn't have
literally
a
can't
lot of
believe
aroma. Just what you would expect from a lager. A little bit of maltiness.
Yeah. I get sweet maltiness in this one.
All right, I'm going to dive in here. Cheers.
Cheers,
Cheers.
guys. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Very nice.
It's rich in flavor.
This I bought a 4-pack for $6.99, so that's not very expensive
That's a good deal.
for a beer from Poland.
This was $3.25 Canadian, so probably what, $2.50 US.
Yeah.
Probably.
So then, even if that's $2.50 US, it's 4 of these for $10 for you guys.
Shall I put us up one at a time here and do it that way?
That's a good idea.
All right, here we go. All right, I'll go first. It's got a lot of flavor. It's got a really nice maltiness. It has a nice level of bitterness. On Untapped, it gets a 2.95 with 40,000 ratings. And they say it has 20 IBUs. And the 20 IBUs are coming through loud and clear. The brewing tradition dates back to the 15th century, when in 1478, Warka brewers received exclusive privilege to supply the golden liquid to the Warsaw royal court. Warka beer is brewed according to the traditional recipes, using only natural ingredients and spring water. And it is delicious. Got a nice, well, it's a light to medium mouthfeel. The bitterness lingers in my mouth, and I like that. All right, I'm going to put Drew up. Well, and
Not
then
me.
you give it the scores the way you do it, Jay. Here we go. I'm not an expert at this. It takes me a second to figure out what I'm doing here. How do I get out of solo mode? Gosh darn it.
Should be something to press.
Yeah.
Here to help you with your financial plan. You want more from your vacation, right? Of course you do. That's easy.
I'm sorry. Here we go. Wait a minute.
So much financial
I've done this before.
Probably not.
Here we go. Sorry. All right, Drew, you're up.
All righty. All right. So everything that is on your can, I read, except mine says rich, full-bodied taste is achieved by adding dark malt. Does that say that on your can?
Well, they're not using dark malts in this one, I don't think.
No. So I'm thinking they're using dark malts in here, and that's where
Yeah.
I'm getting a bit of caramel in this, and it's a little bit stronger tasting than usual. I call it over the ocean beers, but the thing I don't like about it is I don't really have head intention on this. So, but she's smooth, she's good, very enjoyable, and I do actually get a few of these every year because I like to put them in the back of the fridge. What these over the ocean beers? I always say that they last a lot longer than our macros around here. In bottles, cans, whatever it is. Nice a bit of sweetness in it. Like it's a caramel. It's a bit more darker tasting to me, but it's really rich in flavor. And there's so much flavor going on in here that it keeps you wanting to go back more and more. So I could drink this. Actually, I could drink a bunch of these. That's really good. for Warka Strong, to me, I give it like a 7.9 out of 10 because it's just a perfect beer to have and to give someone to try something different, right?
Okay.
So it's very good, very good. I wish you could get Warka Strong, honestly.
It could show up if I go to
It could
different
show up
beer
in a
stores.
bottle. It could show up in a bottle to your house for me,
Yeah,
right?
it might.
It's very good. It could. And 1478, this brewery opened, and they're actually in Warka, Poland. I have no idea where that is, but yeah, it's just a good all-time beer, and I could drink this real fast. I don't mind the wasps. They're out. They know winter's coming.
All right. Now for
That's good.
our special guest, Jay Terrio from Louisiana Beer Reviews.
Glad to have you on here.
Thank you.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you. I hope you can hear me okay.
We hear you good.
Hope
Fine.
my video is okay.
It is.
Okay. Thank you. This beer was introduced in 1881. It's 7.5% alcohol. It's a Baltic porter, which means it's a type of lager. Actually, a Baltic porter is a type of lager, not an ale. It's definitely an over the ocean beer. They use 4 different types of barley malt. They say on the website they use. And it's a pasteurized beer. They use Munich. Oh, let's see, caramel malt, Munich malt, Pilsner malt, and roasted barley malt. They also add sugar to it to get it higher alcohol. The sugar turns into alcohol with the yeast. And they have hops and hop extract. Żywiec is in southern Poland, heading toward like Czech Republic and Slovakia. It was owned by Austria. This brewery was part of Austria until 1881. In fact, when it was started, it was part of Austria. But anyway, that's the history of it. And when the Austrians owned it, they pronounced it Seebusch. That's how the Germans said Żywiec. They say Seebusch. All right, Seebusch.
I have had Baltic porters before. I might have even had that one. I don't remember exactly which one I had.
I don't think I've ever had one.
It smells like dark brown bread, like a dark bread crust, a little cocoa, maybe a little chocolate or coffee. So now the taste. Cheers.
Cheers.
Second time drinking it today in my whole life, probably the last, unless they change their distribution. I think somebody's got a radio on in the background. Okay. This beer has a very strong roasted note, like smoked malt, but it's no smoke. Don't get me wrong. It's not a smoke flavor, but it's just almost like a char, like you charred. Yeah. You roasted the barley so much that it kind of burnt, taste, but not in a bad way. I guess since 1881, they kind of know what they're doing. Some of these companies, they can't do it right. They make the beer taste just plain burnt, But they came close, but they know when to stop, you see. It's sweet. It's probably 3.5 out of 5. 3.5 out of 5 sugar cubes. It's probably 3.5 out of 5 hop cones, but I don't know if it's hop cone bitter or if it's, acrid bitterness from like burnt. So maybe it's 3.5 out of 5 cigarette butts. The body now, this is the funny thing. The body is kind of watery. Now, porters tend to have a thin body. Even though it's 9.5% alcohol, the body's thin. So you could maybe buy buy this and it comes in the big cans or the big bottles, start drinking it like, oh, this stuff goes down easy. I'm just going to keep drinking this 9.5% beer. But that would be a disastrous mistake for you. I would not recommend doing that. You might be able to get away with drinking 2 bottles, but that probably wouldn't be too bright of a decision. But finish is mostly dry, but there's sweetness in the finish. It's a great beer. I'm telling you, it's one of the best beers I've ever had, and I've had a lot of them.
Wow.
I would say, yeah, when I first, well, okay, it's a 95. Oh, yeah, I'm not supposed to give the score yet.
That's all right. Go ahead. Give your score.
It's something. Yeah, 9.5 out of 10. So
Wow.
Most excellent. I guess I have had some beers that are higher in the 90s and even above 100, but I would say this is definitely near the top. I mean, when you're getting a 9.5 out of 10, you're up there. And I think it's also, I like it because I like this style. You know, I like these dark beers, sweet beers, with the good bitterness too. So it's a winner. I think I paid, when I bought this in New Jersey, I think I paid like $2.99 for the bottle. Could be totally wrong because like that was 9 years ago. I didn't catalog it. I don't know what Douglas paid when he sent this beer to me from Virginia. So I cannot comment on the price, really, not in any sensible way. Hello, BC. So it's a winner.
Yeah, it's probably twice as much now, at least.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked, but I have found some 9, 10, 12, 13% Polish porters when they did sell them in Louisiana, and some IPAs and barley wines when they were selling them down here a few years ago. I found some of those for $3.99.
The question is, how come they discontinue selling them in your area?
Either they went out of stock and they just haven't replenished the stock.
Okay.
And look, that was only one store that I ever saw in that. It wasn't like it was everywhere.
Okay.
Either that or maybe the store was ordering it and it wasn't coming in. And maybe even the store doesn't know why it's coming in. Or maybe they just decided to discontinue it because the sales weren't what they had hoped. I couldn't tell you, but I was looking for it last month, but I didn't see it. I'm talking about those other ones, and they're from companies that most people, including me, never heard of, called Fortuna. It's a company called Fortuna.
A lot of times it's not the individual store that chooses not to carry something anymore. Their distributor decides that it's not doing well enough in an area, so they just discontinue it from the entire area.
Wow.
And if the distributor cuts it, then that's it. You're not getting it.
Yeah.
Plus the price point lately. I heard of a lot of craft breweries up here too, but down in the States have, closed the doors because they can't, survive. The price of beer's gone skyrocket lately, so it's unfortunate.
All right. I'm going to score mine now. Hold on a second here. All right. The average on Untapped is 2.95. That's too low for me. I think it should be closer to about a 4. It's not the best beer I've ever had. It's a little bit sweet, but it's enjoyable. So I think I'll go with a 4 on Untapped.
Pretty much like the Warka Strong. That's all right.
Yeah. And I think I'll leave it at that. And did you score yours, Drew, already?
Yeah, 7.9. It's
close to an
very
8.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I guess that's it then.
Awesome.
We could go back watching our football, I guess.
Yeah. Not even paying attention. Houston's 20, Buffalo 17. So that's a good thing. I'm not a Bills fan, but everyone in the house is because that's what it is, right? Cheers.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, I got knocked out,
Sorry.
so I couldn't
Yeah.
say anything.
I don't
mean,
know what
could.
I did something wrong, but Drew left already.
I saw that.
He gave his score, and I want to say thank you for stopping by.
You're welcome.
Our little Sunday reviews are not real long, pretty basic and simple. And appreciate you stopping by.
You're welcome, and I'm glad you let me join. And he gave it. You gave it a 4 out of 5, like an 80 and 80. He gave it a 79, I think.
Yeah.
7.9. Okay.
Well, sometimes I think I'm using the untapped system. I don't think it lines up exactly with your system.
No.
If I was going to give it this one a letter grade, I would probably give it at least a B plus.
I think it's good to give letter grades, because then it lets people know, because people got all kind of different scales and everything, and it's hard to follow. I watch peer reviews and people will say, "Oh, we're giving it a 3," and I don't know if they like it or hate it.
Yeah, exactly. I've watched people say that they really like this beer, and they'll give it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
And to me, that's a bad beer.
If you took a quiz at school and you made a 6 out of 10, I don't think you would be considered doing a good job on it.
I think when I was going to school, 6 out of 10 was a D minus.
Yeah.
I think if you got a 59 out of 100 was an F.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe I've changed my scoring method a couple times, trying to figure out which method works best for me.
I've tried to use the same method over the years, just a 100-point scale.
Yeah.
Really since 2015, because before 2015, the first 5 years I used letter grades only.
Okay.
My letter grades, and then Michael Komarov was saying I should do also 100-point scale. I said okay. So then it gives you a lot of leeway to really give it
fine tune it. Yeah.
Fine tune it, right? Like you say, well, this is an A, but it's a 93. Well, a 93 is not going to be the same as 97. That's a 4-point. It's not a great difference, but it is a difference. So I like that it gives me a lot of leeway instead of everything being 3.5.
Right.
I watch video reviews. Everybody's 3.5. So anyway,
I'll give this an 88.
B plus.
Yeah. It's solid. It's good, but it's not.
I can find it,
Yeah.
All right, Wayne. Thank you. I'm going to go watch football myself.
Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.